if you let it affect you, it can be really soul-crushing.
And you can't get around it. It's a knowledge problem.
Both Japanese and Americans thought, oh, well, maybe this isn't the way to go economically.
Everyone should know more about his government.
I'm Ashley Amadon, and this is my room. I'm currently renting this room, and the bathroom as well, from my friends Chris and Will. I was able to rent from them because I know them, and I would not have been able to move in with just anyone because I don't really have much money. So I can't really afford a security deposit right now, and they were kind enough to let me move in without one.
Investment in housing touches on a government policy, and for decades the government has had a policy of trying to promote home ownership, particularly for low-income families.
Home ownership is the basis of a happy, contented family life. And now, through the use of a National Housing Act insured mortgage, is brought within the reach of all citizens on a monthly payment plan no greater than rent.
And so you had the Federal Reserve was pumping a lot of credit into the system at the same time that resources were being shifted toward housing. And these weren't just resources on the ground building homes, but these were a lot of resources being moved around in the financial industry. All of these resources shifting there are helping the government fulfill its mission. But eventually it builds up to the point where it's unsustainable, housing prices begin to fall, and the whole system kind of came crashing down on everyone's head.
In Japan's case, it was the decline in corporate profits caused by a recession in the West, which reduced demand for Japanese exports, so corporate profits in Japan decline, and it also leads to deflation, particularly of assets and real estate assets in particular.
When you're searching for work, you're fishing for a job. Your personality, training, and experience are your bait.
I have cover letters on my computer. I just counted them up, 65 of them. So I've applied to at least 65 jobs with cover letters. What I'd love to be doing is foreign policy research. I mean, that's what my academics have been in, my master's and my BA. But unfortunately, those are ridiculously hard to get. I'm pretty sure it would probably be easier to win a Nobel Peace Prize at this point than get a foreign policy research job in DC. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but it's a dream.
The most recent recession started at the end of 2008. If the economy is slowing down, inherently that means that there is less spending going on, there's less production, people aren't buying as many things, that means businesses aren't doing as well. And so if you want to take it down to a micro level, any one particular business could fail in a recession, so that impacts people, they lose their jobs. Or businesses, maybe they don't fail, but they don't have as much money because they aren't making as many sales, so they're not hiring, and so you get unemployment problems in recessions.
This is perhaps the most extraordinary success story in all recorded economic history. A story of Japan.
In a statistical sense, yes, unemployment did rise. Underemployment rose in the sense of people either not working as much as they wanted or taking jobs that were not commensurate with their level of qualifications, or they were not the kinds of jobs that they imagined they would be able to do given their qualifications.
I'm getting ready to go to an interview. It's for a defense contracting firm. They are hoping to put in a bid for a contract with the Federal Trade Commission, and they're looking for someone to fill a position, and it's sort of events management, and there's some scheduling involved, I think, and I think there might be some office management as well, but that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. They want to talk to me more about what the position will actually entail and how I can add to it, I guess. So I'm meeting with the head of, I guess, the bidding section or something to interview.
This economy has a long way to go. We could have another dip. It's actually really, really likely if government programs continue down their current track of unsustainable fiscal spending, of continuing to try and prop up the housing market and the banking sector. Eventually those things are going to need to be reset. That's what the market is trying to do to itself. It's trying to correct, and if you stop the economy from correcting itself, it's just going to wait a little bit, and then it's going to need to happen again, and you're going to have either sort of like a flat economy like the Japanese last decade, or we're going to have another dip, and we're going to have another recession, and we're just going to be right back where we started.
Tokyo is the capital of a democratic nation, firmly committed to a system of free enterprise and thoroughly aware of its benefits.
The lost decade, it's not just lost in terms of the economy. It's lost in that sense too, because the government tried to restart the economy and basically failed, and the economy stagnated over the entire decade. And there's some discussion about whether Japan has really emerged from it or not.
Government officials can't know everything about the economy. No single person, no group of people in aggregate can know everything that's going on, or all the demand that goes on in the economy, because that's always shifting. And you can't get around it. It's a knowledge problem. That's the value of the market, is that the market corrects itself.
I honestly could not even say. Like, I've reached the point now where I don't even bother planning, like, if I get this job, this is what'll happen, because I've had so many rejections since I started applying last summer that it seems silly to get really hyped about something. I don't want to stress over it, and I also don't want to really feel too bad if they reject me, because having dealt with so much rejection, it can be, if you let it affect you, it can be really soul crushing. You will find something eventually. It just may take ages.